Okay, so that's, we're going to start. Before starting, you know that I had some problems with my videos. I was blocked by YouTube, and it seems that that happened because I used some videos from YouTube that were blocked for all the people. Although they are in the cloud, you know, although they are on the internet, if you use them for any other purpose, they're going to block you. And they don't block only the part of the video; they block all my class. Okay, so it was a big problem. But now I know that I have to be very careful if I want to use any part of a video from YouTube. Okay, so that's a parenthesis. I hope I'm not going to have that problem again. Okay, so that's it. We're going to start with what we were working last class. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. And last class we were working with vocabulary related to economy and business. This is a very kind of difficult vocabulary, but we're going to start taking a look at it. Okay, there were some exercises that I gave you. Okay, and this is yeah. So I wrote the most difficult ones in order to remember. But let's review what we had seen. For example, money you borrow from a bank for your business. What is that, Valeria? Do you remember? Money you borrow from a bank for your business. When you go to the bank and you ask for money and you borrow money from the bank, how do you call that in English?
In English.
You ask for, Kimberly? You ask for what?
A loan.
For a loan, yes. A loan in here, okay? That is money that you borrow from the bank, loan, okay? Then, what you must pay the bank if you borrow money. Open your, if you know, you can tell me.
Interest.
Interest, that's right. I'm going to use red in order to, interest, right. Then, the continuous increase in the price of things. Can you tell me that? We are now in a process like that. There is an increase in the price of things. How do you call that? That is inflation. Okay, inflation. Right? Or what? How do you call it in Spanish?
Inflación.
Inflación. I was writing in Spanish. So it's a continuous increase in the price of things. Okay. Then this is a difficult one. Okay. Total amount of money a company receives from selling its products. That is called a turnover. The money that the company receives when they sell the products, the turnover. Now, this is an interesting term. When a company does not make a profit or a loss. Not a profit, they don't earn money, they don't get money, but they don't lose money. How do you call that? Do you remember? That's a difficult term also. To break even. Es como en español decir empate. Right? To break even. You didn't win money, but you didn't lose money. Okay, so that is to break even. And then money that a company spends on rent, electricity, paper, etc., that's overheads. Yep. Now the use of the in here I answered this because it's kind of complicated too. Sales rose by 10% last year. In here we are using the prepositions with this vocabulary. Stock market value fell from 240 to 225 in the space of 2 days. From to, de hasta, right? There was a rise of 5% in the value of the shares. Now, what do you remember? What is a share and what is a stock market? Do you remember that? Any of you girls?
Oh, I don't remember, sorry.
I remember that you said it that last time. You asked me for that. Well, but anyway, Kimberly, the stock market is something that we don't have in Valparaiso. There used to have, or we used to have, a stock market in Urriola with Prat. In that corner, there is a big old building in which the stock market of Valparaiso used to function. But nowadays, we don't have that. But the stock market is the place where shares or stocks are negotiated. For example, when I have money, instead of keeping my money in the bank, I can buy stocks. For example, let's see, they say, well, the stock of I don't know, Falabella are pretty high. So buy stocks from that or share from that company, and your money is going to go up. Okay, and you negotiate that in the stock market. So what is stock market? What are shares or stocks? Then in Spanish, what is it? Could you tell me? Did you get what I mean or not, Kimberly?
Yeah, I understand. Son como las acciones, ¿o no?
Yeah, right. So the stock market es la bolsa de valores. And shares or stocks son las acciones en sí. So it's kind of a complicated thing, but that is what we do with shares, okay? So instead of having the money, I can buy shares. But in order to do that, you have to know a little bit of economy. You have to know. Sometimes they say that if you have to buy the shares when they are pretty low, because then they are going to go up. And if you buy, for example, a share in 2 pesos and you buy 1,000 shares, then this share goes up to 10 pesos, though, so you're earning 8 pesos for each share. Okay, so that is the idea. So you play with that. Usually you buy when the shares are pretty low, so as for them to go up. It's not good to buy when they are up, when they're high, because they are going to go down. Okay, so you're losing the money. So when you buy those actions, or sorry, when you buy those shares or stocks, you have to buy them when they are low. All right. Okay, so that is share and that is a stock market. Okay. Then you have some other expressions like profit, loss, etc. Okay, so that is what some synonyms for that after last year when sales dropped. Another synonym for dropped.
Decreased.
Decreased, yeah, they go down. Yeah, they go down. Yeah, then you have some others here. Okay, do well means they're growing. Do well, growing. Slow rise is that they're going up very slowly. Yeah, etc. So this is vocabulary that you are supposed to know. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the book again, and the other time, oops, I went in. We were talking a little bit about China. We said that it's a very special country, and we saw the flag of China, some of its most famous buildings, the type of government, etc. Some little things about China. What do you remember about that? Valeria, do you remember anything about China?
I remember the river,
Yeah,
Yamuna.
yeah, but that's in India. That's in India.
Yes, sorry, sorry.
The river, the biggest river in China is Yangtze, Yangtze River. Okay. Any other thing that you remember? Any of you?
I remember we agreed that it was that they could only have 2 children,
Yeah.
and that their political system was very strict, and they worked a lot of hours and all that, not because they enjoyed it, but because they were forced to, pretty much. And there was a system that um, it was kind of like forced to them since they were young.
Yeah. Okay. In general, we can say that yeah, you're right, Kimberly. In general, that we can say that they have laws which are very strict, and they have a system which is a communist system, right? So they receive all the orders from the government. The government decides for everything. It's totally different from the system that we have. We are living in a capitalist system where the market is the one that rules everything. Okay, in a socialist system, for example, the prices are controlled. They fix the prices of everything. For example, they say, uh, I don't know, a kilo of potatoes must must cost, I don't know, uh, 400 pesos, and that is for all the country, and the prices are fixed. Okay, while the system in which we are, which is a capitalist system, the market is the one who decides the price of the things, because they say, I mean, the people who believe in this kind of system, they say, okay, if we open, we're going to have a reduction of prices because there is going to be competencies. For example, this guy is going to say the kilo of potato is 400. This one who is next to him is going to say, no, the kilo of potato, I'm going to put it in 300. And the other one is going to say, no, 200. So there is going to be a competency, right? But in fact, that hasn't happened, you know. For that reason, we had that problem with the um, papel higiénico, for example, in which they came to an agreement, and that is not correct. Okay, so but the socialist system fixed the prices. The capitalist system do not fix the prices. It's the market who decides. Okay, and another thing is that, for example, they have one system of education, one system of everything. Health system. In here we have, for example, the health system. We have private system and public system. In China, they have only the public system. Health is for everyone. The richest one and the poorest one is the same system. In here, if you have money, you can go to a private system, and if you don't have money, you go to the public system. But obviously, in the private system, they have more things. You don't have to wait so much, etc. So that is the difference between a socialist system and a capitalist system. So in China, they have a socialist system. All right. For that reason, they use kind of the same clothes. They go to the same places. The rules are very strict. Okay. So those are the things that are very common in China. For that reason, they say, okay, we are too many people, so you can have only one child, and then they move that into two children. Now, on television, they decide what you can see. You're going to have Google, okay, there is Google, but you are not going to have access to everything in Google, because in Google you have also some things that you can connect with pornography, with crime, etc. So that or those programs are out of our system, so they control everything. That is the difference also between a socialist system and a public system. Okay, and I told you the other time, I'm going to go back, that I had taught some Chinese people when I was in the States. And so in that way, I learned some things from them. Here I have some pictures from my students in China. Look at them. Can you see them?
Yes, we can see them.
Yeah, this is my last day the next day I was coming back to Chile, and they went to my house or the apartment where I was living to say goodbye. They were really nice people. These were 3 students of morphology that I had, and this guy, this one, which is the tallest one, um, he loved football, and he loved Alexis Sanchez. I remember it was they were very nice, and I have another image here. I think with the rest of the students. Okay, look at them, all Chinese. Very nice. And this is my colleague. She was an American woman, and she taught them like history or something. Okay, and all these guys spoke English. They spoke English pretty well, but they needed to learn some academic English. They had to improve because they were studying. All of them were studying engineering. Okay, so I was hired to teach them English, to improve their English. And so it was a very nice experience. I wanted to show you that because it's kind of interesting. Now let's go back now to the book. So we have learned a little bit about China, and now we're going to go into one part that is important to mention. We were working here. Yeah, we're going to go now to this part. We saw this reading about a way a town is formed, right? Do you remember a little bit of this? In a
Yes.
town is formed first. People go there, coming from other places. They get together, and then they start working, and sooner some people start selling things, basic things. They create stalls for people to sell. Then companies start arriving. Malls come. Telephone companies come. Women start working because they say that women are more responsible than men, etc. And in that way, a town start growing. All right. Now we're going to work in some other part which is called related to work. Okay. Wait. Vocabulary and speaking, pay and benefits. Yeah, in here you have some vocabulary. Okay, read that, please, um, Valeria. Read this. Number one.
Working. What?
Number one, read it. Start
Ah,
reading.
they work. They work long hours.
Yeah, continue.
They get a lot of paid vacation.
Mhm.
They get regular pay raises. Their salary is excellent. Excellent.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They can choose to work flex time hours if they need to. There are a lot of opportunities for promotion. They often have to work overtime, and they get a generous retirement package.
Yeah, you say that word, the pronunciation is retirement, retirement package.
Retirement
Package.
package.
Package. That's right. Okay, what do you think it is? Any of those? Okay, for example, Kimberly, what would you say it is long hours? What do you understand by long hours? They work long hours.
Am I supposed to say the job that I think it matches that or no?
Yeah.
Because I think it could fit with doctors, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So the idea to work long hours is that you work more than the regular time. Okay. So when you work long hours, that means that they have to pay you more money. All right. It's like extra time. Yeah, that's the idea of long hours. Okay, for example, in some places they pay for that. In some others they don't pay. They tell you, well, you worked more, you work long hours, so we're going to give you more time of vacation. Okay, so they change that for money or vacation. Okay, Valeria, they get a lot of paid vacation. What do you understand by that?
They get a lot of paid vacation. They go to vacation and the bosses paid them.
Right, they receive the salary. Okay, because
Receive
there
the
are
salary.
certain jobs that do not have paid vacation. Teachers, for example, have paid vacations, but not all the teachers. For example, now in our university, you have two types of teachers. The ones that are older and we have a contract, like me, for example, I have a contract. Miss Patty Vargas has also a contract, but there are some other professors that do not have a contract and they work what we call in Chile honorarios. And so they are hired from March to December. So January, February, and March, January and February, they don't get money, right? So they don't have paid vacations. They have a salary for the year for what they work. But on vacations, if they don't work, they don't get a salary. So they don't get paid vacation. Okay, Kimberly, they get regular raises. Pay raises. What do you understand by that?
From time to time, they will get a higher salary.
Right. Okay. Without you asking for it, the company can give you some more money. Okay. There is a rise in your salary. So those are pay raises. Uh, well, the salary, you know that, the money. How could you define salary? What is
Your income.
your income? Right. Okay. Okay. But if you have to define it in words, what is salary? Hmm? A salary is the money that you receive for your job or for your work. Okay, so that is your salary. Some people have very good salaries, some others do not. Okay, if you are going to be teachers, you have to be prepared that your salary is not going to be pretty high or good. Although nowadays the salary of the teacher salary is better than in the past. Okay, now you start with a better expectancy. Now you get when you start, you get more money. When I started, I had to work like in 3 or 4 parts in order to have a certain amount of money, enough to live. Okay, so nowadays the salaries for teachers are a little bit better, but they are not excellent. Like for example, doctors or I don't know, engineers or architects who earn a lot of money. Okay, then they can choose to work flex time hours if they need to. What do you understand by that? Flex time hours.
They can work extra time, overtime if they want to.
Mm-hmm. Could be, but I would say more than that, Kimberly. Flex comes from flexible, flexible time hours. That means that sometimes they can work. For example, uh, you don't have like a fixed schedule. Okay, so you decide to work maybe in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, maybe at night. So your hours of work are flexible. That means that you can work at the moment you need, you can work. Okay. For example, for women, it's very good to have flex time hours because they can take care of their children in the morning. So maybe they prefer to work in the afternoon. Okay. So that is flex time hours. Can you mention any job in which there are flex time hours? Who have flex time hours, you think? Sometimes some doctors, because they can work at night. They can work.
Pilots?
They can work. Yes.
Pilots.
Who?
Pilots.
Pilots. Yes. Okay. They decide sometimes when to work. They have like not a fixed schedule. Right. Nowadays, in general, we're working flex. Our time hours is very flexible. In our case, for example, we don't have like normal time hours, because when we are working in normal situation, we have to stay in the office from 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But now we work sometimes in the morning, then we rest, we do other things, and then we go back to work in the afternoon. So now I am working, I have flex time hours in my job now. But now, this is because of what we're living. Okay, this is the situation we're living. Okay, then there are lots of opportunities for promotion. Yeah, you know that, you understand that, right? And they often have to work overtime. Yeah, that means they have to work. That's compulsory. Yeah, they have to work overtime because maybe the job was not finished, so they have to work overtime in order to finish their job. And finally, they get a generous retirement package. Okay, do you understand that? What is retirement? Retirement, Valeria, what is retirement?
Like jubilación.
Yeah, but in English, how can you define retirement?
When
It's when you retire. I mean, once you stop working. Okay, when you stop working, you retire. So the retirement is the moment in which you stop working. Okay. Now, what is a retirement package? Sometimes when you retire, you get only your pension at the end, and that's it. So you retire and you get your pension. But in some cases, they have a retirement package. That means that the company or the system gives you, apart from your pension, a certain amount of money for once, only once, and it's a certain amount of money that you receive and you can do things with it. For example, in my case, I am going to retire at the end of this year, but the government is going to give me, I think it is 900 UFs for my retirement. Why? Because they need the government. Thank you. The government needs more spaces for teachers. So they say, we have to retire all these old people. They have to leave, but if I don't want to leave, I can stay. Okay. So what do? They offer me money for me to go. Okay. So that is a retirement package. Okay. Apart from my pension, the government is going to give me a certain amount of money. Yeah. But this is going to be only until the year 2024. If I don't retire in those years, then I lose that money. Right? So I can continue working, but then in the end, I'm going to retire only with my pension. And you know that pensions in Chile are pretty low. So it's better for me to receive that money and retire. And with that money, for example, my dream was, before this thing, this pandemic thing, I was thinking about buying a kind of van or something like that and work in tourism. Now it's pretty bad, I don't know. But with that money, I was thinking about buying that, okay? So I can do certain things with that money. So that is a retirement package, which is different only from your pension, okay? Now in here, some other vocabulary that we have. Put the words in bold in exercise 9, these words, these ones, yeah. Into 3 groups: money, hours, and benefits. And then add these words to the groups. So you have money, hours, and benefits. If I say, for example, long hours, in what part would you put it? M, H, or B?
H.
H.
Hours.
Then paid vacation. Paid vacation.
Benefits.
Benefits, that's right. Pay raises.
Money. Money.
Could be, in that case, could be money or could be benefits, because the regular pay raises, yeah, that's good too. Salary.
Money.
Money. Flex time hours.
Hours.
Hours and benefits, I would say, because to having flex time is it's good for you. Okay, so it's a benefit too, apart from hours. Okay, promotion.
Benefits and money.
Benefits and money, yes, right. Overtime.
Hours.
Hours. And retirement package.
Benefits and money.
And money, yeah. Okay, now sometimes you get bonuses from your company, okay, an extra bonus that is pretty good, okay. In some companies, in some schools, they offer bonuses. I remember that when I worked in De La Salle High School, they gave us 2 bonuses in the year. Half a salary was paid in September, and another half was paid in December. That was pretty good, because you had, instead of having 12 salaries in a year, you had 13 salaries in a year. That was a pretty good benefit, but those were bonuses. Clocking in and out. What do you think it is, Kimberly? Clocking in and out. Do you get that idea?
Can you repeat the question?
Clocking in and out. What do you think it is, that?
I think it means when you have to register when you leave and when you go to the job.
Right, pretty good. Yeah, it's when you register at the beginning of your job. Okay, when you start working, you clock. You sometimes in Chile they have like a card that you put in the clock, and they mark the time that you enter. And then when you have to go out, you have to pass it again. All right. So clocking in and out could be considered hours, right? Okay. Company car. Sometimes the company gives you, in some companies, for example, when you sell, in some companies they give you a car, or they pass you a car for you to move from one place to another. Discounts on company products, that's pretty normal too. If you work, for example, I don't know, in Cervecerías Unidas, and they give you discounts for buying beer, that would be pretty good. Okay. Free language classes for those people who have to use another language. For example, you who sells, Health insurance. This is important. What is a health insurance? For example, in the university, we have health insurance. What is a health insurance? Apart from belonging to your ISAPRE, for example, or you can choose to belong to the ISAPRE, which is the private system, or the public system, FONASA. The university hires a health insurance, and with that health insurance, you receive, for example, if you have to buy certain certain medicines, you present your bill with the money that you spent, and the health insurance gives you back half of it. If you go to the doctor and you pay for that bono, right, and then the health insurance gives you half amount back. Okay, so it's pretty good. But some companies have this health insurance, which is a very good benefit for you. And with this benefit, I can sign my wife. Now my wife, because my children are now independent, but when they were little, I could receive the money back from them too. Okay. Then you have part-time hours. What is the opposite of that? Part-time, or what is the opposite?
Full-time.
Full-time. So you can have a job which is part-time or a job that is full-time. And then hourly wage. The wage is the income or the money that you receive. So some people have monthly wage, some others have hourly wages, all right? So they work for hours, and all the hours that they work are paid, and they receive that salary. So that is called hourly wage. For example, taxi cabs, taxi drivers sometimes receive hourly wages because while they are, working with the car, they get, for example, in Cabify or those systems, they have to have a boleta or an invoice. They call it in English an invoice, and they receive for that amount of hours that they work. Okay, so here you have a lot of vocabulary related to work. But now we're going to continue with some other vocabulary that we're going to use too. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. Wait. And we're going to, by the way, girls, have you ever worked in your life? Valeria?
Yes.
Have you ever worked?
Yes.
When did you work?
When?
Yes.
Last summer.
Last
in
summer.
a cafeteria.
Okay. In a cafeteria. Okay.
Yes.
And what benefits did you have? Did you have any benefits? What type of contract did you have?
I didn't have any kind of benefits actually. Just did
you have a salary or not?
Yes, and the propina.
Tips.
The tips was very well.
Yeah, the tips were very good. Right.
Very good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. In what part did you work? Did you work in a restaurant? In a cafe? Where?
In a cafe.
In a cafe.
Cafeteria.
Where? In a cafeteria. In Viña, in Valparaíso, where? In San Antonio?
San Antonio.
In San Antonio. Okay. How long did you work?
1 month. Yes, January.
January. All right. January. And did you have to work long hours, or do you have a fixed time?
No, I have to work long hours.
Long hours. Okay. So what was your schedule? What time did you start working? And what time did you finish?
10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
To 11 p.m.
Yeah. Okay. So if you use to, then you have to use from 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. All right.
Yes.
So you receive a salary and tips.
Yes.
What did you have to do? What were the job? What was the job that you have to do?
I had to ask the clients what they want,
okay.
offer them.
You had to serve the tables.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to serve the tables.
Uh-huh.
And I had to offer them the cakes where we was selling.
Yeah, that you were selling. All right. Did you have to do any cleaning or other stuff like extra things?
Yes,
You had to
every
clean.
time.
You
Yeah,
had to clean what? The tables? What?
tables, floor, the glasses.
All right. So, yeah. And what about the salary? Was it a good salary or was it a poor salary?
Was the minimum salary?
Yeah, all right. The minimum salary. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kimberly, what about you? Have you ever worked in your life?
Yeah. The only time I worked with a contract though, it was like 2 years ago. Sorry, my
Okay.
niece is very annoying.
2 years ago.
And
Where?
I worked in a supermarket and promotions,
Yeah.
and and yeah, I had to pretty much just sell the products and it was long. I had to work long hours from like 10 p.m. I mean
Yeah.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then I had a break for like 2 hours, and then but I had to stay at that place because it was in Concon and it was far from my house, so I had to stay there for like 2 hours, and then from 4 p.m. till 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty long. Okay. Did you have any benefits?
And not really, just a
Yeah.
typical.
Okay, so they pay you only, did you have a salary only, or did you pay for the hours that you were working?
No, I didn't have like overtime if you're asking, but I just received a salary.
You received a salary.
Yeah.
Was it a good salary?
Mm, I guess it was not that bad. I don't
All right,
complain. It
okay.
wasn't
What
great.
was what was the good thing and the bad thing about your job?
Well, it was, I guess, a positive thing about it is that I didn't have to do much. I just had to stand there. But then at times it would get really boring because there were days that people were just not buying the product, and that was kind of boring, I guess, because I just had to stand there like waiting for a client to show up.
And what product were you promoting?
It was a brand of fish.
Fish. Did you have to prepare the fish in there and serve?
um, I had another lady that worked with me, and she helped me prepare the like the products for them to taste and all of that. But I didn't do it myself. She was in charge of that.
Yeah, and you had to offer it.
Yeah, I just had to offer it.
All right. Did you eat a lot or not?
No, I don't even like fish.
Was it what was it good? Was the fish good or not?
Yeah, it was good. It's it was a brand. It's a marca San Jose.
Yeah. All right. Good. Good.
Yeah.
I buy that. Okay. So it's interesting. See the way we have this. All right. I mean, there is a lot of vocabulary related to this. So now let me show you another piece of another uh, paper, which is called the career ladder. The career ladder. Here we have the explanation. Yeah. So you know what a ladder is? Do you know ladder? No? Well, the ladder is an instrument, I would say, an object that you use to go up in order to paint, for example, right? When you are painting your house, you put a ladder because you have to paint at the top of the house. So you have to put a ladder like this. This is the wall, and you have to put a ladder, and in the ladder you go up, right? Do you understand? What would be in Spanish?
Escalera.
Right. So the career ladder is la escala de la carrera. How do you get higher in your job? Okay. Now, remember that when you are talking in Chile, we say, yo estoy estudiando una carrera pedagógica. But in fact, in English, when you say career, you're talking about job, not about studies, right? So you are here in a course of studies, but when you are working, you are in a career. a career because you start like from here and you start going up, okay? And then you have promotions, etc. So getting a job. We're going to start by getting a job. Let's see. Kimberly, start reading, please. When Paula. Kimberly, are you there?
Oh. I think she writes something on the chat.
Ah, yeah. Okay, she's not at the moment. Okay, so yeah. Continue, Valeria, then. Getting a job.
Getting a job. When Paula left school,
remember that Paula is pronounced Paula in English.
Paula.
Paula. Yeah.
When Paula left school, she applied for a job in a local company.
Yeah, okay. Apply for means, or apply for equal. What is applied for?
Wrote an official request for.
Yeah. When you apply for something, you are writing an official request for. Yeah. Okay, a job in a local company. Continue.
They give her a job as a trainee.
They gave
her a job as a trainee.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is a trainee? Trainee.
A very junior person in a company.
Yeah, okay. When you are a trainee, means that you are learning the job. Okay, that is a trainee. Okay, continue reading.
She didn't earn much. It means that she didn't get much money. She had a low salary. Yeah, but they gave her in-house training. The company gave her help and advice to become better. And she went on, did several training courses.
All right. Okay, so to start a job, you say, you apply for a job first. So you write a request to the company. If you get the job, usually you start as a trainee, a junior person that is learning. You don't get a lot of money. You get little money, but you start learning. And some companies give you in-house training. That means that the company help you and advise you in order to become better. Okay. Now, moving up, Valeria. What happens when you are moving up?
Moving up. Paula worked hard in her prospects. Future possibilities. Prospects.
Yeah.
Prospects. Future possibilities in the job. Looked good.
Yeah, okay. Paula worked hard and her prospects look good. Okay? That means that her future possibilities in the job look good. Looked good. Okay? Continue.
Okay. Her manager or boss, informal.
Yeah, that means that manager is the manager is formal, boss informal. That's the idea, right? Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
Yes. Was very pleased.
What do you understand by pleased? A synonym for pleased?
A synonym.
Satisfied. Yeah.
Satisfied?
Her boss was very satisfied with her progress. Yeah.
Okay. With her progress, and she soon got a good pay rise.
All right. What is pay rise?
More money every week or month.
All right.
After 2 years, she was promoted, was given a higher position with more money and responsibility.
Yeah, remember that it's not money, it's money. Money. Right?
Money.
Okay.
Yeah. After 5 years, she was in charge of a department with 5 employees under her. Okay. Under her control.
Yeah, meaning, yeah. After 5 years, because she started like learning pretty fast, right? So she was promoted. First, she got a pay rise, and then she was promoted. And then after 5 years, he was in charge of, meaning she was the boss of a department with 5 employees or with 5 workers under her, meaning under her control, right? They were under her.
Yes.
So, okay, so first you get the job, you apply for the job, you are a trainee, you don't get much money, but you receive training, etc. Then your prospects become better, okay? And then you are going to receive a pay rise because you are doing a good job. Then you can be promoted. And then after a certain time, some years, you become a boss and you are in charge of other people, other employees or workers. All right. That is the idea. Continue. And here you have like an explanation. Employer is the person who employs. Employee is the worker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trainer is the person who gives training. The trainee is the person who receives the training. Okay. So employer, trainer. So that's the idea. An employee, trainee are the people who receives something. Okay. Now leaving the company. When you want to leave the company or when they want you to leave the company. Okay. Continue reading.
By the time Paula was 30, she decided she wanted a fresh challenge, a new exciting situation, and a career change to work in a different kind of job. She wanted to work abroad, work in another country. So she resigned, officially told the company she was leaving her job, also quit. Informal,
Which is
wait,
informal? Which is informal? Yeah.
formal?
Which is informal? Quit, which is informal.
Okay. Also quit, which is informal. And start looking for another job.
Started.
Started.
Forget this past
Started
tense.
looking for another job. After a month, she got a job with an international company, which included a lot of foreign travel. She
Foreign.
was very
Foreign. The stress is in the first
foreign
is foreign.
foreign travel.
Yeah.
She was very excited about this, and at first she really enjoyed it.
But all right. There's always a but. Okay, so in here we have some new words. Challenge, which is a what is challenge in Spanish, Valeria? Do you know?
Desafío?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she decided she wanted a fresh challenge. Usually, when you start working a long time in an office or in a job, you get bored of that, and then you need challenges, all right? New challenges. Young people like you are because we old people. I was afraid of challenges. Usually, I said, for example, no, I'm working okay here. I don't want to move. But nowadays, young people prefer to move all the time. All right, so they
Yeah.
like challenges. Okay, they want a career change, etc. So now this is important. When you want to leave, you resign. Okay, you resign. It's your decision. They don't fire you. You resign
Okay.
first. Okay, or you quit, which is more informal. You resign or you quit. That means that you leave your job, not they fires you. They fire you. Okay, you are the one who decides. Okay, now let's see the hard times. Continue reading about that. After Valeria, hello.
Me? Yeah. After 6 months,
Who's me? Valeria? Valeria or Kimberly?
Yes.
I don't know who was talking. Kimberly,
Valeria.
you came back. So continue reading you this time, Kimberly, please.
Hard
Sorry.
times.
Yes, hard
After,
times.
after 6 months, Paula started to dislike the traveling and living in hotels. She didn't do well in the job either. After a year, the company dismissed, sacked her, told her to leave, and Paula found life difficult. She was unemployed, out of work, without a job for 9 months until she got a part time job, working only part of the day or week in the kitchen of a restaurant.
All right. So things changed a lot. Now in here you have the other possibility. So when you decide to leave the job, you resign or you quit. But when they want to fire you, they dismiss you or they sack you, which is very informal. Yeah. For example, you can say, I was given a sack. O sea, me echaron al saco. Me dieron la PLR, right? Me echaron. So you are dismissed or you are sacked or you are given the sack. Yeah. So that is a difference between resign, you decide that, you quit, but they dismiss you or they sack you. All right. And when they sack you or when they dismiss you, it's pretty sad because sometimes you don't want to. I mean, you need the job. Okay. And so you become unemployed. You are out of work. And so you start working part-time in different things. Okay. So that is the saddest part of being in a job. Okay. So now continue with the happier times. Valeria, please. Valeria?
Okay. Happier times. Paula loved restaurant. She enjoyed learning to cook, and 2 years later, she took control of the restaurant. After a year, she opened a second one,
Opened,
and
no, open it. Opened, opened.
she opened a second one, and after 20 years, she had 10 restaurants.
Woo.
Last year, Paula retired, stopped working completely at the age of 50, a rich woman.
Oh, look at that. At the age of 50. What is the retirement age in Chile for women? What is the retirement
Mm,
age?
60?
Yes, 60. In some parts of the globe, you know, in some parts of the world, they have um, the time of retirement is less. Yeah. For in Chile, for men is 65, and for women is 60. I remember the last time that when I was working with those Chinese guys, I used to live in opposite the university. I worked in the Michigan Tech University, and they hired me, and they gave me an apartment opposite the university. It was nice. The apartment was for me. Those apartments were for like 6 people or 4 people, but as they were on vacation, most of the university was on vacation. I have the apartment for me. It was a building, yeah, and I had it for me, and so it was pretty nice. But it was really boring, you know. There was because it was a kind of a student town, and there was nothing in there. So I got bored, very, very bored every day. So I used to go to a shopping center that was like 2 or 3 kilometers from my apartment. And I remember that in those days, in there they didn't have like public system of buses. Yeah. So I had to call, and then they call it that. What was the name of that? They call it like I can't remember exactly, but they have a name in which you call the bus. Yeah. Say I need a bus to go to the mall or to the shopping center, and they came to your apartment, a minibus, you know. And it was funny because they arrived there, and I was the only person in the bus, you know. And when I paid, like I was over 55, because in there 55 was the retirement age. I was over 55, third age. I was third age, so I had to pay, and they reduced my price. So I was the only one in the bus, and I paid, instead of paying like $1.50, I paid like 75 cents for my trip. So it was pretty funny, you know, and pretty good for me. And there were lots of benefits for third age people. So I got a lot of, for example, when I went to the mall or the small, you know, shopping center that there was in the town. The town was called Houghton in Michigan. Houghton's very small, very little. And when I went there, sometimes they had 15% less for third age. I went to a restaurant. They charged me 15% less. So it was pretty. I had lots of benefits. Okay, in Chile, do we have benefits? I mean, third age. What benefits do you know? Can you think of any benefits that third age people have in Chile? Valeria, do you know any? Kimberly, do you know any?
No, I don't.
Okay, what about you, Kimberly? Are you there, Kimberly, or not?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
But do you mean like after you guys retire, or like in general life? Because I know
No,
that there are a lot of discounts for like older
third
people.
age people. Here, third age people are people over 65, like me. I am third age. I am 65. Now I started being third age. Do I have any benefits? I know some.
Not really important benefits, but sometimes you get discounts on like your ticket fare, if in Santiago, at least, not here. And also in the supermarket, sometimes you will get like days which things are like cheaper for people of their age.
Yeah, those are days for old people, right? In my case, for example, in Valparaiso, if I want to go to the cities in the interior, like Quilpue, Villa Alemana, if I go by subway or metro, I pay less. Okay, they give you a card, and with that card, you have discounts for that. Also, for example, in Santa Isabel supermarket, I think that there are Tuesdays for old people, so you receive like a certain percentage of discount. If you go to the cinema, also sometimes, for example, I go with my grandson to the cinema. I take him to the cinema, and I pay less, and he pays less for being I think under 10. I think they have a discount, and I have a discount for being old. You know, so it's there are certain discounts, but now this is like growing. They are going to now they are going to start doing discounts to old people, which is pretty good in general. Okay, so we have here lots of vocabulary that you have to learn. Okay, and before finishing the class, because it's 10 to 11, I know that you have classes with Miss Patty. I'm going to show you the part of the exercises. Okay, I'm going to upload today this as homework. You will have to do it for Wednesday, but we can do some part of it. Okay, the career ladder exercises. There you go. Okay, for example, yeah, you have write a synonym, work with a similar meaning for each of these phrases. For example, to sack someone is to dismiss someone. Out of work, what synonym do you know? Do you remember? I am out of work. I am
Retire?
nope. No, well, could be retired, but you are out of work. You are unemployed. You are unemployed. Ah, I wrote in there. Okay. Sorry, in here. Unemployed. Yeah. Okay. Then leave a company. When you leave, what do you do? What were the words that you used to leave?
Resign or
Resign.
quit.
Or what was the other?
Quit.
The other one?
Quit.
Quit. That's right. Quit. Yeah. To give a better position in a company. To be
Promoted.
promoted. Yes. And future possibilities in a job.
Promotion.
No. Yeah. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. Okay. You have to read because I mean you have to read that in order to learn. I'm not going to tell you because it's better when you read it and then you will do the exercise. Okay. Stop working. Often at 60 or 65.
Retire.
Retired. Yeah. Workers in a company.
Employees.
Employees. Take control of something. Example, a company.
In charge of.
Yeah, to be in charge of or to take over. To take over. Okay, and then in here you have to match. Why did they sack her? Because she was 60? Because she was late for work every day? Because she needed more training? Because she was out of work? Because she was the best person in the department? Because she didn't like her boss? Why do you think? Why did they sack her? Valeria?
Because she was late for work every day.
Yeah, right. Because she was late for work every day. But in here, yeah, you're right. That is the correct one. But in here, sometimes they sack you because you are old or because you
Yeah.
are too good, all the opposite. Because you are too good, and so they sack you. No, but that would be the correct thing to say. Okay, why did they sack her? Because she was late for work every day. One of the things that you have to remember when you become teachers, this is one of the problems that we have, and the students consider a lot. Students always consider that the teacher is on time. It's something that they do not forgive. When the teacher is late, the students do not forgive you for that. Okay, maybe you are an excellent teacher, they learn a lot with you, they enjoy your class, but if you arrive late, so they're going to say, no, that teacher, no, I don't like that teacher. Why? Because he's a very good teacher. But no, he's all the time late. Okay, it's something that they do not forgive. If you think about that, Kimberly, for example, what do you think is the worst thing from a teacher now that you are not working still? But what is the thing that you don't like about a teacher?
When I was in school, I hated when teachers didn't have a class that was planned. They just improvised. I hated that because it was so noticeable. Like you can really notice that they didn't plan anything, and I really hated that. More than like for me to be when a teacher was late was not really that important. But when they just gave you a handout and that's it, it's like, what are you doing?
Okay, and what about now? Have you found any teachers like that in the university that you consider that they do not plan in a good way? Don't mention me, please.
No, not really. I've never experienced this. Well, it's only been like 2 years, so I can't really say much. But I haven't found a teacher that's like that yet. But I'm pretty sure that I will see them in the future. It's typical.
Okay, and Valeria, what about you? What are the things that you always hate about teachers?
When they was like scaring student, asking them when they know the student didn't know the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes some students are afraid of teachers.
Yes.
And that is not good because they don't want to ask. They are afraid of asking. And one of the things that is very important is that the students should have confidence in order to ask, at least to say, it's not a problem if I ask. The teacher is not going to get mad. Yeah. I think that is something that we must avoid in general. Okay, must avoid. And the thing that you like the most about teachers, Kimberly, what were the things when you were in high school or now that you are in the university, the things that you like the most about one teacher? Apart from, you said that you hate when they do not plan. I know that you love when they plan, but any other thing that you like from a teacher?
I like teachers that motivate you to keep working. Like they inspire you to do more things, and they're positive, and they show that attitude in front of a class because that's who they are. You know, they're a positive people or person.
Okay.
I really like that.
Have you found teachers like that now at the university, Kimberly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. What about you, Valeria? What are the things that you like the most about a teacher?
When they care about student, like asking for how are they, if they're okay, if they need something, if they need another type of to I don't know.
Explanations or things
Yes,
like that?
explanation. If they need another type, or another order, I don't know.
Right. And do you think that in the university you can find teachers like that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. That's sometimes it's necessary for us to look inside because sometimes you don't realize that you're not doing a good job or that you are doing a good job. So it's necessary to have certain like feedback from students, right? Okay, girls, it's been a nice class. I hope you have liked it. And next class we're going to continue working with this area. We're going to learn a little bit how to apply for a job, etc. I'm going to upload those pages about the career ladder, and this is going to be homework for next class. All right. So I'm going to upload it, and you will have to complete it. I'm going to erase this, for example. Yeah. So as for you to do it at home and review the vocabulary that we are covering. Okay, that will be it for the class. See you then on Wednesday, hopefully with all the people, hopefully with normal classes. All right. Okay. So goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a great day. Take care.
Goodbye, Valeria. Bye-bye, Valeria. Are you there?